Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. LeBron fans went out yesterday and bought themselves like endless jars of honey because they are going through some serious celebration right now. These people. So as you guys know, the Lakers played against the best team in the NBA in the Oklahoma City Thunder. And going into that game, I was so eager to watch the game that I thought that the game was starting an hour earlier than it was actually meant to start. That I didn't, I ended up finishing a live that I was doing a little bit too soon. So the game started. And I was watching it, and in the first quarter, you could see that the Thunder were just quicker to the ball. The Lakers got off to a very, very early lead, which didn't last more than 2 or 3 minutes. And then from that point forward, the minute they got down, I said, yeah, the Lakers are not going to come back from this game, right? The Thunder just seemed to have more energy. They were executing better, and they weren't even at full strength. So by the time we got to halftime, if I pull up the halftime score, let me just verify the halftime score. The Lakers were down 32 points. 32 points. And I tuned in to watch the second half. And as I was watching the second half, it was an ESPN game. It only was a matter of time before the LeBron media guys started their nonsense. They started putting up LeBron James graphics. Oh, what? Well, this is what they're missing right now. If they only had LeBron James out there, they're missing. And I'm like, Richard Jefferson, knock it off, man. I get it. LeBron is your guy. But you do a little bit too much twerking for that dude, bro. Like, what are we talking about? The Lakers have already beaten the Minnesota Timberwolves 2 times this year without LeBron. Did you forget what happened to them in the playoffs last year? When they when they only won 1 game last year? Like, I get it. LeBron is your guy. I get it. You guys want to keep promoting him. Bro, the Lakers are going to be fine. And more importantly, even if they had LeBron James, they're still not better than the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I don't know what the point is you're making here, right? But as the game was going on, some LeBron fans were even going live. Usually you go live after a game. Oh, these guys were live during the game. They were celebrating. Oh, Luka Doncic ain't nothing. Luka Doncic sucks. The Lakers need LeBron. The Lakers, and let me just go to the box score quickly because the Lakers didn't play well from top to bottom. Marcus Smart, 9 points, 20% shooting. Rui Hachimura, 13 points, decent. DeAndre Ayton. The Lakers need to trade this guy by the trade deadline. He's not going to work. He doesn't look like a serious person, man. Think about this. DeAndre Ayton finished the game with 6 points, 4 turnovers, and the most annoying part of it all, 5 rebounds. 5. That's all. A 7-foot guy could only get you 5 rebounds in that game. 5 rebounds. Ayton got to go. They need to move him by the trade deadline. He's not serious. Austin Reeves had a poor shooting night, 33% shooting, 13 points, 5 turnovers. Luka Doncic had another poor shooting night, 35% from the floor, 14% from 3, and Austin Reeves shot 0%, 0.5. He finished with 19 points, 4 turnovers as well, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, and it was just a bloodbath all the way to the end. Right? Bloodbath. All the way to the end. Dalton Knecht, he was a bright spot for the team, came off the bench. He had 16 points, hit 4 out of his 5 3-point attempts, right? But the Oklahoma City Thunder were just too much, man. They were just too much. They were too much. SGA, the MVP, finished, reigning MVP, finished with 30 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, 5 rebounds on 55% shooting from the field, 28.6% shooting from the 3, and all the other guys, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in double digits, and the Lakers ended up dropping that game 92 to 121 points. And I went to post on the channel last night, and I wrote, or was it today or last? I don't remember how long ago it was when I wrote it. Let me see, where did I write this? I said, I know LeBron fans are happy the Lakers lost. This fan base is unreal. Let me just go through some of the comments. One guy said they were busting nuts left and right. Another guy said, watch the media blow this up with Lakers need LeBron BS. He said, another guy said, with or without LaFraud, they are not beating the defending champs. And another guy said, this is a prime example of what us real Laker fans mean when we try to have these adult conversations with LeBron fans. Y'all aren't real Laker fans. You guys are LeBron fans. And next year, you're going to be wearing a different jersey. If you're sitting there pissed off as hell because the Lakers have been winning games without him, now you're happy they lose two without him. You're not real Laker fans. And he just kept on going on. Another guy said, those are not real Laker fans. These are LeBron fans. And LeBron fans are rejoicing. And I'm going to tell you why they're rejoicing. The fundamental reason they're rejoicing is this. It's not about the Lakers winning. It's about the Lakers winning because of LeBron. And public enemy number one right now is Luka Doncic. Public enemy number one is Luka Doncic. And these crazed LeBron fans are even saying, oh, Luka, the reason they did because he's white. Can you imagine? LeBron fans are an interesting set of people, aren't they? They're accusing the Lakers of being racist because for giving preferential treatment to the white boy, as they call it. And then they accuse black guys like me who don't support LeBron James, or you don't support successful black men. I mean, what is it with this fan base, bro? What like, you can't win with these guys. You can't win. If you like Luka, it's because you like the white boys. If you don't support LeBron and you're black, oh, you don't like black men. You don't like black men. They're like, bro, what are we doing? Now, let me show you, like, for instance, I can't deal with the Clippers anymore. Kawhi Leonard used to be my favorite player. But if the Clippers are doing well, even if Kawhi Leonard is out, I'm not going to be mad. Good for them. Not LeBron fans. No, not good for them. They've spent the last 2, 3, 4 years saying that the guy has no help. So how do you think they feel when they see Austin Reeves averaging 30 points a game? How do you think they feel when they see Luka averaging 37 points a night? It doesn't work with their narrative. But they were celebrating. They love the fact and now if you leave it up to them, they hope the Lakers can lose every single game until LeBron James returns. And if the Lakers lose a few more games, trust and believe you're going to be hearing people in the media talk about they need LeBron. They need LeBron. As if LeBron wasn't there for the last 2 years when he got knocked out in the first round. Man, knock it off. Knock it off, bro. But hey, we got less than a season and these guys are going to be gone. Less than a season and LeBron fans are going to be gone and we're going to be done with them forever. This is why I told you I couldn't support the team. These guys were around and I refuse to support a team that has these guys apart. No, I'm not doing it. No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I refuse to. No, because these are not Laker fans. They infiltrated the place. They started pouring honey all over the seats and now all of a sudden everywhere is sticky. Everywhere is sticky. You know how long it's going to take to fumigate Crypto.com arena when LeBron leaves? You know how long it's going to take to clean up that place after all of the honey and ones that were flying all over the air for the last 7 years? No. You guys just keep it moving to the left. Please, to the left. I was just going through the internet here and I came across an article that really caught my attention from Awful Announcing with the following headline saying, Pat McAfee responds to critics of his Donald Trump interview. You hate the troops. And I'm like, what happened now? Now, if you know anything about Pat McAfee, he's a very outspoken lad. He recently called out his own colleagues at ESPN for promoting some third-party app or whatever it is to get people to go watch games because of the dispute that ESPN and YouTube TV were having. He's also made headlines for calling out ESPN executives. He's also said that people have tried to sabotage him. You know, he seems like the rebel at the network, man. He's the guy that doesn't fit in on purpose, right? And he brings in great numbers for the network. I remember the time he signed that, was it an $85 million licensing deal Prior to that, he was with FanDuel for over $100 million deal. So, Pat McAfee is doing big things, and I think that what makes him work for that network is that he's himself. Now, whether you like him or dislike him, that's up to you. I don't watch the Pat McAfee show because I think it has to do a lot with NFL-based content, and I'm not really an NFL guy, so I don't really keep up with him in terms of the day-to-day. If I don't see these articles talking about what Pat said, or I wouldn't know what's going on with him. But anyway, Pat McAfee is getting at his critics for his interview with Donald Trump. Now, as you guys know, it ain't no secret that it's a politically charged environment that we have in the United States today, and it's going to get a lot worse. There's a video that I'm planning to watch from Voidzilla. As you guys know, the Epstein files are now beginning to come out, so I got to watch that. So it's just a bunch of crazy stuff, right? So this Pat McAfee story just fits right in with the way things are going. So I then began to go through the article, and then I wanted to look for the actual sound of Pat McAfee responding to his critics, and luckily I was able to find it from a link that they posted on Twitter. So what we want to do is play the sound of what Pat McAfee had to say to his critics, and then want to come back and react to what he had to say. Take a listen to Pat McAfee here.
Yesterday, obviously, we had the incredible honor of being down on Paris Island for Veterans Day, as all 4 of the main league's commissioners dropped a note to the veterans letting them know how much we appreciate them. UFC President Dana White sent a message of appreciation and gratitude to our America's heroes. We also had the Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Doug Collins, who sent a message to the young vets out there. And we also had the Commander-in-Chief on the show live. I believe it's the second time that a sitting president has been live on an ESPN show. The last one was from a Democratic political party. This one obviously representing, I guess, the Republican political party. But in my eyes, he's the leader of the military, and we were celebrating the hell out of Veterans Day. Now, there are people who are certainly not the most happy that happened, but what I would like to say, every veteran military person I talked to is very grateful and thankful that we spotlighted the heroes of America who walk amongst us, who are willing to sign a line and go for the United States of America as opposed to anything else. So if you're against what happened yesterday, I'd like to say you hate the troops, and you should go ahead and swallow that, and you can take that to where you want to go. And any president, okay, willing to come on our Veterans Day celebration spotlight show, Commander-in-Chief, head of military, we would be very open to. So we would like to let any president know going forward that if we were allotted the opportunity to go to Paris Island for the first time ever and have a live show in front of actual Marines while they're doing their thing, and if we're going to celebrate Veterans Day, and we're going to have all 4 of the commissioners, the heads of every single league in the United States of America, basically, and also have the president of the UFC global thing come on, and the sergeant major of the Marines, if future presidents, you always be welcome.
Boom.
Also, it was missed. I did reach out to President Obama's team. Okay, President Obama talked to multiple people in President Obama's team. Wasn't able to work because of the quick turnaround. We started this thing on Monday because there was a lot of conversations late last week about this show getting not going to be allowed. There were some people in the government, obviously, that found out about this very late that said, wait, he's going to be allowed to be on Paris Island? We're in the middle of a government shutdown. There's no way. Is any other show allowed on any? Is any other show allowed? No. Well, why the hell is this guy allowed? So end of last week, there was a lot of doubt, and I completely understood the doubt. I thought it was crazy that it was even going to potentially be happening anyways. So once we got the clear and the go-ahead and the stage was built on Sunday on Paris Island in front of that beautiful Iwo Jima statue, it was an incredible thing. As soon as I found out that it was real, then I started piecing the show together because I had no idea if I was just going to be wasting my time doing it before then. So everybody that responded within a 12-hour period, I am so incredibly grateful for, and we are so lucky that we got a chance to spotlight the greats who walk among us, and we appreciate the hell out of the Marines for the hospitality, and you guys are the greatest. What a day yesterday.
Hell yeah.
What a day yesterday. Got a lot of people saying mean stuff to me. Got a lot of people saying mean stuff to me. Yep. Got a lot of people that don't know what a football looks like telling me they're never watching my show again. And I would like to let you know, good. Let's move on.
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. I also want to read just a few parts of what he had to say here in the article. The article then says McAfee reiterated that he had extended an invitation to former President Barack Obama to appear on Veterans Day episode, which they weren't able to make happen due to scheduling conflict. He also stated that the United States president has an open invite to appear future veteran days, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on to say that, right? And then he said what he had to say there. What are my thoughts about this? Look, I think McAfee has the right to defend what he believes. And what he believes is that he's going to interview the president. He's saying that he's not partisan, right? He's saying that, look, I interviewed Donald Trump. I also extended an invitation to President Barack Obama, and I have an open invitation to whoever the president is going to be going into the future. So to me, look, being a reasonable person, I don't see the issue there. You know, if he's willing to sit down and talk to whatever president, regardless if they're a Republican or a Democrat, I don't see the issue, right? I don't see the issue. Now, he did say to those that I guess disagreed with him that you don't like the troops. I wouldn't go that far, right? I wouldn't go that far because we don't know that. And I don't you know, in all my time, I haven't met a single American that doesn't like the troops. I haven't. Now I've met people that don't like police officers, law enforcement, yeah, but the troops, I've never met a person in life that says I dislike the Army. Never. As a matter of fact, one of my cousins recently joined the Army in the United States. He was from Nigeria. He moved there. His family's there, and he joined the Army, right? And well, what, do we hate him? Like, no, I've never heard that. So I think Pat kind of took it a step further to say, like, you know, that you hate the troops. I don't believe. I never met these people. I never met these people that dislike troops ever. As a matter of fact, in the States, whenever you see, you know, the troops in person, you're always looking at them like, man, look at the gear. You just kind of like look at them and, oh, okay, what is he, you know, what's that? Man, that's a big gun you got on this back. Like, that's the interaction. You don't have it. Who sits there and says, well, there goes the damn troops, I don't like them. I've never met these people. And you used to see them from time to time in New York City. I used to see them at Grand Central Station. You see them from play. I don't know. I never had these kind of interactions with people where they would express that sentiment. So maybe Pat McAfee is talking to some group of people. I don't know who these people are that say that they don't like the Marines and the troops, but I don't know. I don't know who those people are. But I think McAfee is being fair. You know, I don't see any issue with what he's saying. I mean, obviously, he's going to push back because that's part of his personality. But given the fact that he isn't partisan and he's willing to speak to President Obama or Donald Trump, I don't see an issue with that. Now, this is one I did not expect to even see. So, as you guys know, First Take has had many different iterations going all the way back to Cold Pizza. And you had the one with Skip Bayless and all of the various people that used to come on the show with the ensemble cast and all of that. Then ultimately it then evolved into Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. And during those times, a number of years ago, they used to have some very spirited debates from time to time. And that would usually take place whenever Will Cain used to visit the show, right? And they've had some heated ones, right? Some very heated ones. But the ones that really, really reached the fever pitch were those stories surrounding politics, right? When the world of politics and sports would kind of collide. And then that's when you would have these fireworks between these guys. So this morning, but then eventually, Will Cain ended up leaving ESPN to go work on Fox News, right? And I liked Will Cain, to be honest with you. I liked him a lot. I thought, you know, I didn't have any issue with it. Not like I don't know Will Cain. I just like, you know, the presentation and everything. I just like Will Cain. You know, some people you don't like, some people you like him. I don't know. I thought Will Cain was cool, right? But apparently, I seem to be in the minority. This morning, I came across an article that really took me aback from Awful Announcement with the following headline saying this. It says, Will Cain says ESPN told him black people hate him. And I was like, what? Really? Is that so? So I had to go back and look at some of the clips where Will would usually get into it with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. And I came across one that was really, really popular at the time. It came out, it got a lot of views. And today, this clip on ESPN has 3.2 million views. 3.2. So it was a very, very big clip here. So what we want to do is want to play this exchange for you guys. It gets really, really testy, but I enjoyed it anyway. But I want you guys to listen to it, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to these guys here, Will Cain on ESPN, First Take a number of years ago.
I like both of you. We all do this with goodwill, I think, in general. These people at home that listen, this is what I'm tired of. I'm tired of you not listening to me. I'm tired of you hearing what you want to hear. I'm tired of you lumping it into. Listen, I'm tired of you hearing good guys and bad guys, my side and the bad side. I'm tired of you saying anything that disagrees with you is beyond the realm of politics.
I'm tired of being moral.
I'm tired of you saying it's moral versus immoral.
None of those things occur.
And Kevin Durant is on one side and all the immoral are on the other. And
We're quoting you!
And in the process of you cloaking yourself in this clear morality that anyone that has even the slightest bit of nuance of disagreement with you is somehow evil. In the process of you doing this preening, this peacocking on TV, you don't hear a single thing that somebody says to you. First of all, when I say Kevin Durant,
BS.
When I say Kevin Durant has the right and
Total
I compare
BS.
it to Matt Burke doing it to Obama, Max, get out of here with I'm making moral equivalencies. You're so addicted to the language of the last week that you made a BS comparison there. I didn't say they were the same. Did I once say those are the same?
Why did you bring it up as an example, Will?
Because I show consistency, Max. That's the difference. I'm not convenient. I show consistency.
Oh, so you're the only one that shows consistency?
Yeah, you're right, Max. You know what I did out here?
Is that what you're implying?
Yeah, you're right, Max. You know what I did out here? I wanted to come out here and draw a correlation, an equivalency between Barack Obama and Donald Trump. That's exactly what I did. You did a good job of not listening.
You may have done so unwittingly.
You do such a good job of not listening to make the exact point you want to make, which is a simplified reduction of anything into good versus evil, moral versus immoral, and guess which side you put yourself on in every debate.
Hold on, Max. So, Will, since we're so challenged as it pertains to comprehending what the great, all-knowing, fully educated, super educated Will King is saying, could you educate? I'm asking a question. Could you tell me exactly what you said about Kevin Durant when you said that it's about politics? You didn't say that?
Yeah.
Tell me what you said.
No, I will.
Tell me what you said.
And you know what? It's not an insult to say, please listen, okay? And I can't believe that somehow, you're offended.
Answer the question, Will.
And I can't believe
Answer the question.
Stop talking and I will. I can't believe somehow you're offended by me questioning your listening skills when you question the very morality of someone who disagrees with you. Yet you get to be offended. Here's what I said. Kevin Durant has the right. Everyone has the right. No one should have moral imperative to have to support anything they don't support. I've consistently held that position from administration to administration.
That's not what I'm asking.
I'm not done.
Stop it. You guys stop interrupting each other, please.
I'm not done. From there, it flows. Kevin Durant is making a decision, which I, by the way, do not inherently disagree with, which I said in my exact statements when I opened up. Yes, I believe to some extent a line has been crossed for me, Max, but I don't put moral imperatives on other people.
Come back to me. I want to answer. Come back to me. What did you say specifically about Kevin Durant and politics as opposed to it being personal? That's what I want to know what you said.
I don't even know what you're referencing now, but I'm working my way through it where I said...
Wait, Stephen A., I'd like to hear what Will was saying. He said a line has been crossed.
On a personal level, Max, that you can make decisions for yourself, which I honor and respect for Kevin Durant. It's not necessarily one I have to mimic, nor is it one that I have to require of other people. Yet you do, and you say that those that don't mirror your image, mirror your choices, are those that are immoral, and that's where we draw a line.
Not always, Will. Not
just
always,
now.
but here is
just
an example. You're discussing the principle. You're discussing this in terms of principle, and in principle, I agree with you. Everyone's entitled to do that. One shouldn't impose their beliefs on another, etc. But there are times in human history where there is a clear moral choice. Usually, to apply these principles are correct in terms of the nuance. But there are times where there are very clear moral choices. And if we pretend that there's ambiguity in this choice, that is incorrect.
By the way,
here is a moment in American history where there is a clear moral choice. Do you disagree with that?
A moral choice for me, Max. A moral choice for me. Do you get it? Do you get the difference? I'm not a dictator, Max.
No.
I'm a
No, I don't. If I see people waving swastikas and Confederate flags and using white supremacist slogans, I assume that's a moral choice for everyone.
You know, this is maybe Stephen A. This is what you're referring to. The last point I made is I said that I don't think Kevin Durant's analysis of Donald Trump and his reasoning is one that I look at and I go, yeah, he nailed it there. The truth of the matter is, I don't think God, it's so free from sports at some point, and this is why you mix it up, because I don't want to it's not just a political discussion. Donald Trump doesn't have some people he's for, some people he's against. He's not for anyone. He's for himself. That wasn't my point against what you. That wasn't my point against what you were saying. I was saying to you that you were comparing Kevin Durant's actions to guys from the past who may not have gone to the White House due to other administrations. Let me finish. What a simplistic reduction of what I said. What I'm saying to you is that what you were saying to me was, it's a political position that Kevin Durant was taking. And I'm saying it has nothing to do with politics when they're thinking about this particular individual. It had nothing to do with politics. That's why I said I couldn't believe what you were saying, that you would deduce his words or you would deduce his actions into being something political when it's not political at all. That's all I was trying to say. Everyone says it's not political when they think that there's no potential other side than the one they hold. Even if I agree with the two of you, and we all said we might make the same personal choice, you know what the difference in the three of us is? I don't call everyone that disagrees with me stupid or immoral. Actually, Neither do we. Wait. Actually, I don't either. No. Which you've been on the record acknowledging in the past, which makes you phony right now. Just because I'm disagreeing with you right now, you're trying to act like it's always the case. Stephen A., you're right. Stephen A., this is a very important point. I take that back. We have had that conversation in the past. You're right, Stephen A. Today, you are not delving into that nuance. All right. Will, this is a very important point. It's not that there is no point of view on every issue. It's that there can be no disagreement on every issue. It's on this issue. People of goodwill are in lockstep on this issue. And there are some issues throughout human history about which this is true. And this is one of them. And my question to you would be, if this isn't, what is? Guys, this has to be the last word. We have to take a commercial break. If there's something you really need to say, we can discuss it during the break and come back with it. Okay.
Great. So you heard the clip, right? Now, in that clip, they were talking about, I believe it was about the players deciding whether or not they wanted to go to the White House because Kevin Durant had declined the visit to go to the White House, right? Now, I want to get into this article, right? Because it says some other things. It says, Will Cain thought black people loved him when he was at ESPN. ESPN management, however, didn't appear to agree. Cain joined a recent episode of the Sage Steele show where they discussed having conservative viewpoints while working at ESPN. Throughout much of his ESPN tenure, Cain was embraced by First Take for bringing a conservative viewpoint to the show. And while he often sparred with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman over issues such as Colin Kaepernick taking the knee, Cain believed he was still relating to the show's black viewers. I said to Stephen A., I said on camera, in a lot of ways, black guys and I people don't believe this. We hit it off because we grew up and the culture we had is similar. In North Texas, native told Steele, I'm painting with a broad brush. Not everybody does, but the debate world, the idea that I can say something to you in a disagreement and it's not mean. And it doesn't mean I don't like you, especially around the world of sports. I just never felt like that was a thing. So what if I said you're wrong? And a lot of black guys at ESPN were operating on the same wavelength. ESPN management, however, didn't appear to be sold on Cain's assessment that he was hitting it off with black people during his time on First Take. One time management told me, Cain recalled, they said, we did a focus group. Black people hate you. And I said, no, they don't. I mean, I meet them all the time. They love me. According to Cain, the unnamed ESPN executive countered by saying black people are polite. They're not going to tell you to your face. Okay. What are my thoughts about this? I don't know what that executive is talking about. Right? And let me not speak for all black. Let me just speak for myself. Okay. Let me not be too presumptuous. Let me just speak for myself. I never had any issues with Will Cain. I thought the guy was cool. Now, I mean, he took a position on one thing or the other, but to be honest with you, like even the audio that we played for you guys, I didn't really have a position. I was just kind of listening to these guys go back and forth on a particular issue. I didn't take any sides on the matter. I was just kind of listening to how well both parties were making their arguments. Really, that's where I was in terms of my disposition. But I never disliked Will Cain. I never did. As a matter of fact, I disliked JJ Redick more as a media member than in most people, right? So I don't know where they got that assumption from. Maybe some people didn't like him. Maybe some blacks didn't like him, but I wasn't in the group. But then again, look, I also like Max Kellerman, right? I also like Max Kellerman, and some people felt like he was too much of a liberal or whatever it is, a leftist, however you want to describe him. And I guess some whites didn't like him too. I don't know if it's a black thing. I just feel like there are people that like people, whether they're black or white, it doesn't really matter. I just think it comes down to your flavor, and I don't think it's a black thing. Right? I don't think it's a black thing. I'm sure that there's some white people that heard some of Will Cain's conservative viewpoints on ESPN that didn't concur with him, that weren't in lockstep with him. Are we going to say, white people don't like Will Cain? Come on, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, right? But speaking personally, I never had any issue with Will Cain. I never did. As a matter of fact, I used to wonder, where did he go? But then he ultimately went on to Fox News. Now it makes sense. He's on Fox News. He's a conservative guy. It makes sense for him to work over there. But I never felt that way about Will Cain, to be honest with you. I never did. Just never did. Now, this is a show that I didn't expect to even be talking about. But something was brought to my attention from a video that I just came across from Urban Politicians TV. And he wrote, DJ Vlad disrespects Nipsey Hussle and Kobe Bryant for views in interview. And I'm like, what? Vlad did what? So I started watching his video, but he doesn't play Vlad's sound, so I didn't know what he was talking about. So I inevitably went to his channel, Vlad I'm talking about, to go see what the fuss was about. And it was a clip that dropped, I believe it was yesterday. And the title of the clip says, Tekashi 69 asked Vlad who he would, you can see it, marry, the next word, Lauryn Hill, Vanessa Bryant, or Kayla B. So just by the title alone, we already knew that we enter in the ratchet section of YouTube. So I clicked on the video to hear what this exchange was and what DJ Vlad had to say about Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, and Lauren London, who was the partner of Nipsey Hussle. And what ensued was just absolute, unadulterated disrespect. And I was like, nah, we're not letting this go like that. So for those of you who didn't hear what these guys had to say, I want to play the sound for you now, and then want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Vlad and 6ix9ine had to say about this insane Q&A.
All right, boys, you're tuning into Facts TV. We got DJ Vlad. Yeah, Vlad. A lot of people say that you avoid a lot of questions, you don't want to answer a lot of questions, or you'll dance around them. Okay. So let's start this interview being spicy, right? Go. At Facts TV, talk facts. Okay. You had to kill, marry. Yeah. 3 people. Yeah. Lauren London, Kayla B, King Von's sister, right? Okay. Kayla B, Lauren London, or Vanessa Bryant. Kill, marry.
Lauren London. This is a tough one.
You have to.
Lauren London, King Von's sister, or Vanessa Bryant.
Yeah, you got a basketball in him.
This is gonna be so disrespectful on any level. Okay, so
This nigga's like, can I go back?
I guess Mary, if I were to have to choose out of those 3, I would probably say Lauren London.
All right.
That's the Marys. I'm sorry, Nip. You know, me and you were cool when you were alive. He's forcing me to choose one of these. It's not like saying I'm going pursuing this or anything else like that.
Wait, before you
This is such a jacked up question.
So now you gotta kill or marry Vanessa Bryant or Kayla B. So who are you gonna? All right. So you married Lauren London.
Right.
You gotta kill or Vanessa Bryant or Kayla B.
I guess Kayla B. In terms of the two of them, that's probably the one I would probably go for a little more, and I guess we'd have to kill Vanessa Bryant. I don't know, man. Like, this is a jacked up question. I got to kill somebody in every one of these questions.
But what about the kids? Like, now they're gonna lose their mom and dad.
Oh, man.
You didn't think about that?
I didn't think about that part. Okay, I guess I will Vanessa Bryant and kill King Von's sister, unfortunately. Does she have kids? I don't know if she has kids. This is a question. I'm not really choosing any of this stuff.
If you're being positive, yeah, let's just think positive. Right?
Okay, there we go.
At least you killing Kayla B, she could be with her brother now. So let's, all right, next question.
Okay, you said that, I did not.
What are my thoughts about this? Look, I don't joke with Kobe Bryant or Nipsey Hussle, personally. I don't joke with them. Nipsey Hussle, I believe, was one of the most important musicians that we've had in a generation. And I'm going to tell you why. Beyond the fact that he made excellent music, Nipsey Hussle was one of the smartest people you will come across. Just listen to his music. Look at his business moves. Nipsey Hussle was motivating guys that came from a place that he came from to become entrepreneurs by leading by example. And they lost a giant in the music world when they lost Nipsey Hussle. His music instilled confidence. Go listen to his lyrics. Listen to his voice. It instills confidence, this go-getter attitude, and that you can do whatever you want. And he did it. The guy was a businessman through and through. And I loved his music. When Nipsey Hussle passed, we did a show on his channel. And I cried when he died. And we did a show about it. The same thing goes for Kobe Bryant. I don't joke with Kobe. I don't joke with him. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't play with these two particular people. They don't tolerate any kind of disrespect. In terms of what Vlad said, here's what kills me with Vlad. Vlad likes to get offended about things that offend him. But then, when he does things that are offensive to people, he tries to intellectualize his way out of it. Now, there are times where he will apologize when you put enough pressure on him. But for the most part, he usually stands in his position. Whenever an offended party comes to Vlad and say, hey, Vlad, you've done this is offensive, he will usually double down on his position. And many a times, he's put his foot in his mouth. On many occasions. On many occasions. If 6ix9ine asked Vlad that disgusting question, Vlad could have simply said, nah, bro, we're not doing that. Next question. No comment. He literally could have said that. Nah, bro, we're not going to do that. Next question. We're not going to do that. And what made it even worse, as he's answering this question, he has a basketball in his hand. As he's answering this question, 6ix9ine over there laughing and keying it up. Y'all already know who 6ix9ine is, bro. If you can laugh at that, then I don't know what to say about you. But we're now at the point where we got people like DJ Vlad disrespecting the legacy of Kobe Bryant. My question is, would Vlad have answered that question like that if Kobe Bryant was here? This is the question I want to know. Would Vlad have said, yeah, would he have said that if Kobe was here? Would he have said that if Nipsey Hussle was here? And what's crazy to me is that he goes, Nip was my man. Really, dogs? That was your man? And this is what you saying? You couldn't have been like, nah, we're not asking this question. Or next question. Next question. Next question. We don't need this particular piece of content. We don't need it. It's okay. I don't need however amount of dollars this particular video is going to make, or this soundbite or whatever it is going to make. I think I can live without it. I think I can live without it. The videos when we did when Nipsey passed away, we didn't monetize that video. The videos we did when Kobe Bryant passed away, we didn't monetize that video. We didn't monetize it. But now it seems like monetization is the only thing that's important. So therefore, everything is on the table. Those comments were wild disrespectful, bro. That's not content. That right there is not content. That is disrespect. And my question is, would Vlad have said that if these dudes was around? Would you have said it? Would you have said it if these dudes were around? Would you have said that if Nipsey Hussle's brother was in the room? Black Sam, would you have said that? And if Black Sam was about to react, would you have been like, oh no, it's just content, bro. It's just content. Of course you wouldn't have. Of course you would not have. Would you have done that if Kobe Bryant was in the room? Would you? And the craziest part is, I went to the comment section of his channel and people were there laughing. This is, black people are an interesting set of people, Black people are an interesting set of people. I've never seen a group of people take more joy in disrespecting themselves than black people. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. When it comes to other communities, they be very quick to cut you off. They'll be quick to cut your ass off. They're not going to tolerate that disrespect that you do. Because to y'all, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. That even some of the greats from your community, if it means we can have a chuckle or a laugh, by all means, damn it, let's have the chuckle, let's have the laugh. Oh, it's just jokes. This is why nobody respects black people, because they don't respect themselves. This is the problem. You got Vlad sitting his ass on a couch with a damn basketball saying this. And you got comments laughing. Oh, Vlad, you diabolical for this one, bro. It's just funny. It's just funny. Knowing damn well other communities would not allow it. They wouldn't allow it, but you dudes do. Y'all allow it. To y'all, this is just, it's funny. Come on, bro. Lion up. Lion up. Come on, man. I don't see what you're being so serious about. And this is the problem. This is the problem. Go to the comments of that video. People are laughing like as if it's funny. Like as if it's funny. You think they would do that about a white influential person? You think they would do it? And you think if they did, they would let you just get away with it? Honestly. You think they would let you get away with it? Of course they wouldn't. But will. They will. They will. I've never be the first ones to sit up there and debase themselves. This is why you have movements like the Cartier brothers or the Cartier twins or family, however the hell you call these guys. Yes. Yes. They will openly sit up there and debase themselves. You got people talking down on their own race and they're just up there. It's so funny. The other one be over there laughing like a damn chimp. The light-skinned one, the fair one. They're just laughing it up. Laughing it up. To the point where now we can say something like this about Nipsey Hussle or Kobe Bryant and it's now a joke. It's now a joke. It's a joke. Do you understand how disgusting what Vlad said was? Vanessa Bryant, the woman that lost her husband and child in a plane crash? That's who? Just because you guys want to have a few jokes and giggles, you decide to ask this kind of disrespectful question just for the fun of it? And y'all gonna let him get away with that? because it's content? Really? Really? Content. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. You ain't got to worry about the white people no more. You ain't got to worry about them. You got enough that's willing to sell a ass for money. You ain't got to worry about them. Don't worry about them. You got enough of these out here ready to sell their ass and their people out. They ain't got nothing. They have no work to do. Y'all are doing all the work for them. Go to the comments of that video and see them laughing. So Kobe Bryant and Nipsey Hussle have been reduced all the way down to a damn soundbite of whether or not Vlad will sleep with their wives or their partners. This is what they've been reduced to. And you got in the comments laughing. Y'all a disgrace. A disgrace. Honestly. A disgrace. That this is what people decide is funny. This is what people decide is funny. This is what they decide. Do you think Vlad would have answered a question like that about some important figures in his community and answered that question? Of course he wouldn't have. Of course he wouldn't have. But he knew you. He knew that. He knew that. Vlad looks down on blacks. You can tell he thinks they're dumb. He thinks a lot of the way that they behave and move is stupid. The same people he interviews that helps grow his platforms, he thinks their behavior is primitive. You hear it. This doesn't make sense to me. What normal person would do this? But still invite them on. Come on. Come on. Let's put you in a glass menagerie and let's all of us just study you like a damn specimen. Let's just study. Let me ask another question. And then the guy will respond about his race. And then this guy will think, oh, I'm just going there to Vlad to get lit. I'm just going there to get lit. That's the problem. So all in the name of being lit, I'm going to just disgrace myself in front of this guy that looks down on me. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. Y'all played yourselves again. And to all of those people that were in the comments laughing, you guys are a disgrace. Because all it takes is for people to come from your community, do something, be remembered, and then have the same people from their same community, instead of they're defending their legacy, they go up there and laugh at their legacy while they're being trashed. That Vanessa Bryant would be reduced all the way down to this right here. Congratulations. I hope y'all are proud of yourselves. Continue laughing. Continue laughing. But don't be crying about what the white man is doing to you. I don't want to hear it.